Have you ever spent time on the internet? If you have, like watching this video, you'll notice that some people often fixate on this idea that EVs are going to become mandatory, that the government is going to force you to buy EVs. Well, is it true? Is it not? Let's go see what the current state is right now, today. As I'm recording this is a Sunday afternoonish because I am not going to go to a car dealership and bother somebody with this video. But if it's true, if the government is out there forcing you to buy an EV, then dealers will have to have only EVs on the lot. That's what they'll have to stock because it would be illegal to stock something else, right? So let's go visit the dealerships in my town and see which ones are forcing you to buy EVs. A little background of the town that I live in. It's roughly 14,000 people, give or take, and it's all red, all farm country. I live in Jim Jordan's congressional district. This is the part of the country where they're told they're going to have to buy an EV. Let's see if that's true. That first dealership is our local Ford store. So let's go ahead and pull on in here. Kind of sit up front and let's take a look and see what they got, shall we? Let's first start taking a look at this Ford Bronco. This is a Big Bend edition, so I believe that is middle-ish sort of trim level. And let's go find us a window sticker or a Monroney. Oh, and there isn't one. Interesting. Could be that it's already sold. However, one thing that I can point out is there's a tailpipe. Oh, this runs on gas. Well, maybe it's the new Ranger that they're going to force us to only buy in electric. Oh, let's go check it out. 45,755. Oh, only 22 miles to the gallon. Huh. That must mean it runs on gas and not electricity. Huh. Alright, well, what else do they have here that could be? I've yet to see any electric cars, and these are all of the vehicles that they have up front. Let's take a look at this new Escape. Oh, again, two tailpipes. That probably means it runs on gas, doesn't it? Yep. 37,420, 28 miles to the gallon. Which ain't too bad, actually, for this car. However, still not an electric. More Escapes. More Escapes. More Escapes. A Maverick over here. I don't see anything on this lot right now that's powered by electricity. So, man, that government mandate forcing you to buy EVs, it must not apply to Ford. Well, that was a bust. No mandatory EV buying here at the Ford store. Huh. So, I guess as I said earlier, Ford must have opted out of that whole EV mandates thing the government is forcing y'all to do. We're going to head now over to our General Motors store, Chevy GMC. I mean, Mary Barra, full in on Ultium. She's got to be a socialist tree-hugging hippie, right? Like, they've got to be all EVs over there. So let's go take a look. Oh, I found an EV. Maybe they'll force me to buy it. I mean, it's Sunday, so they won't, but maybe they will. Well, this is our first EV we spotted on the day, so if the government is going to force you to buy one, they apparently are going to force you to buy a $100,000 one. Though this one may be sold. I don't know, how much pretty cool. You should definitely check out our link in our bio for our first drives of several different ones of these bad boys. It's a cool truck. Weighs a lot. This is the 3X trim, so more like 90 grand than 100 grand. But you know, let's hop over here. Oh, this is not an EV, so it looks like they aren't forcing you to buy anything. But hey, let's check in the showroom. You know, because you've got to go into the showroom to buy a car, and that's when they'll grab you. There is one in there. I guess if they are going to force you, they'll force you after you get through the doors, and then they'll make you sign the paperwork for that Equinox EV, which actually that's the first one I've seen in red. I think that looks pretty good. But heading back out onto the lot, this elevation trim GMC, definitely gas. The Z71 Silverado, definitely gas. And the whole row of trucks in the front, it's like gas, 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 gas. So I guess when you go to the Chevy dealership or the GMC dealership, they may try to force you to buy an EV, but they're going to have to work really hard because they've got all of these gas models they have to sell through first. So I guess if the local GM store forces you into the showroom and then ties you down to that Equinox, they may force you to buy an EV. So I guess big government's got their claws in here. Though I'm not surprised because we all know that President Biden is a Corvette fan. And there's actually a Corvette in the showroom too, just for the record. And it's not an EV at all. But yeah, let's head on over to Stellantis. Kind of a US brand, kind of not. I believe their headquarters is now officially in the Netherlands. Well, we've got a non-PHEV Dodge Hornet. Another non-PHEV Dodge Hornet. A Compass. A Compass. A Compass. Those are all Compasses. A Compass. Let's take a look at these Ram trucks over here. Well, they all have tailpipes. Bighorn, Laramie, Bighorn. Well, that's weird. They've all got gas engines. Let's look at these Grand Cherokees. Gas engine, gas engine, gas engine. They don't even have to plug in hybrids. Gas engine, gas engine, gas engine, gas engine, gas engine. That's weird. Because again, like I would think that a European-owned brand, they would be the ones shoving this commie socialism right down your throat, right? And yet, here we are, a whole bunch of gas cars that you could buy today. Well, let's check one more place. Maybe that's where they're forcing you to buy EVs. And that would be Mercedes-Benz Compass Motors. As I said before, this is one of, if not the oldest Mercedes dealership in North America. It is definitely been here a while. I am in an electric Mercedes. I'm pulling into a charge point charging location. That must mean that if anybody is going to force me to buy an EV, it's going to be Mercedes-Benz. But if you've noticed sort of the trend / tongue-in-cheekness of this video, you realize it's probably not going to be the case. But let's find out. Looks like a CLA 254 Matic that has a 2-liter inline-4 turbo with 27 mpg. So that's definitely a gas car. And then sitting here next to us is a brand new CLE 450 Coupe. This car is also gas with a mild hybrid. I'll try to zoom in on there. Mild hybrid. That still means gas. And actually, this is a beautiful coupe. I like it. Like it a lot. 300 4MATIC right next to it. Also, hate to break it to you, not an EV, because none of the CLEs are EVs. Let's take a peek inside, since they are advertising the EQ products right on the window. Oh, here we go, EQS 580 on customer plates though, so Somebody bought this, so they can't force me to buy it because they forced somebody else. Big ol' S-Class. Another big ol' S-Class. I love me some S-Class, if I'm honest. Even if it is $131,000 worth every penny. Because the one thing that Mercedes, I know we didn't talk about this being a review, but the one thing that Mercedes does really well is the S-Class. And the EQS sedan isn't an S-Class. But I don't see any for sale, force down your throat EVs anywhere here on the lot outside. So, I've been to every single car dealership in this town and saw a red Dodge Journey. So there you go. If you want a Dodge Journey, here's where you need to go. But in all seriousness, went to every single dealership in town, saw maybe a total of 3 to 4 available to buy, like today, EVs. So I'm really not sure these dealerships got the memo that they're supposed to only be selling EVs. Obviously, the point of this video was to be pretty silly because, as we know, there is no EV mandate. Now, there are some states that would like there to be a mandate in the future, and the federal government has said, at least certain administrations have said, that they would like to push towards lower greenhouse gas emissions from vehicles, which means, leaning more towards EVs. But the thing about the government, especially in the United States, is have you ever known Congress to do anything quickly? And have you ever noticed the Congress to not change its mind? If you look at the current congressional sort of session that they're in, it has been the least productive in like the whole of the country's history. What does that mean? That means that even if there is talk of a mandate, odds are it won't happen in my lifetime. Odds are it won't happen in your lifetime. And if you have to go buy a car today, nobody's going to force you into an EV. There's hardly any even here for you to choose from. So, don't worry about it. Stop worrying about that and worry about more important things. If you'd like to learn more about this EQE 350 Plus, which is the range topping, is in range distance topping model, you can watch my full range analysis of 70 miles an hour by clicking on the link right over here.